In today's video, we're going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm talking about the 5 pros and the 5 cons of living in Detroit. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Nick Selsky here with Community Choice Realty, right here in Metro Detroit, Michigan. Now, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is about living, breathing, playing, and staying in the Metro Detroit area, then you've come to the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to click that little bell to get notified every time I post a new video about living in the area. Now, honestly, I get so many calls from people that are looking to relocate and move to the Metro Detroit area. So if you're one of them and you're actually thinking about making a move here, give me a call, send me a text message, shoot me an email, however you want to get a hold of me. I'd be more than happy to help you out, and just know that I've got your back when it comes to moving to the Metro Detroit area. All right, so you're probably thinking about checking out the Detroit area and you want to know the pros and cons of living here, right? So let's go ahead and knock this out. We're going to talk about the first pro, and that's all the fun things that you could possibly do in the city of Detroit and the surrounding areas. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is a very overwhelming topic because there's so many freaking things that you can possibly do in Detroit, right? You could go visit the Detroit Zoo, which is probably 20 minutes away from the city, and it's probably one of the best zoos that we have in the country. Fact check me on that. I don't care. I'm going to claim it right here. The Detroit Zoo is the best. On top of that, if you don't want to go to the zoo, if you don't like animals, whatever your deal is, it doesn't matter, because you could go downtown, you could check out some of the restaurants. We have some of the most diversified restaurants probably in the country as well. It's pretty well known that we have a very, very diversified area, a lot of different ethnicities and a lot of different cultures bringing their a little bit of, a little taste of their homes to the city and to Michigan. And it's probably one of the best things and culinary experiences that we have in the city. It's truly a treat. Now, if you want to do something else, you could always, maybe you enjoy the nightlife, right? And you want to go party. We got some crazy awesome bars. On top of that, if the bar thing isn't it's not your scene, maybe you want to go check out some of those nightclubs, get a little fist bump action going. You've got that as well. If maybe you don't like any of that. What else do we have going on? Well, guess what? We got casinos. If you want to press your luck, you don't have to fly to Vegas. You could go downtown Detroit and you could go to one of the few casinos that we have available there, and you can absolutely crush it there and test your luck. Why not? So if for whatever reason you don't find anything fun to do in Detroit, you can always hop over across the river and go across the bridge over into Windsor, Canada. That's right, we border Canada, so it's really easy to get over there. Whether you want to take the bridge or you could go under that freaky tunnel, which, let me tell you, that can be some freaking scary shit, because when you're driving under that tunnel, you're going underwater, right? And when you see that water dripping inside that tunnel, it's freaky, man. I'm telling you, that's an experience. It's not for the faint of heart. But anyways, so there's literally so many different things that you could possibly do in the city of Detroit, and it's legitimately overwhelming. You've got so many things you could do with your friends, family, loved ones. You want to go on a date. There's so many options for you. All right, now let's go ahead and get the first con out of the way, right? I'm going to say that the first con for me is going to be the weather. The weather can be absolutely stunning, and the next day it's going to be absolute garbage. Very frequently, we can experience, all 4 seasons here in 1 week, which is nuts, right? And that's a lot of that has to do with all the lakes that are around Michigan, right? And so we could get that lake effect snow, and the lakes, I'm sure, are causing some of the more warm days and things like that. But it got very, very humid here as well because of the lakes, right? But that's fine. That's okay. Summers can get pretty hot. Winters can get pretty cold. We don't have to deal with any, hurricanes or anything like that, like they do down south. That's probably a plus, but we do get the occasional tornadoes, a lot of thunderstorms and things like that. But for the most part, I would say the weather, it can be pretty crappy, and it's the weather here, it's got a mind of its own. We always, everybody always jokes that the weather people here that predict the weather, or forecast the weather and things like that. You can never really trust them because the weather changes here in the blink of an eye. So it gets a little it gets a little crazy, pretty interesting, I would say. However, if you're a lover of all four seasons, then the weather can actually be pretty nice. And some people actually like that thing. They like experiencing all four seasons. Obviously, some parts of the country, they don't get that. It's either hot all the time or cold all the time. I'm thinking of Alaska or something. But, anyways, if that's your thing, then Michigan is probably the first, I would say it's probably one of the best places to live if you like experiencing the changes of the seasons, going from summer to the fall and being able to experience the color changes on the leaves of the trees and things like that. That's pretty cool. It's pretty wild, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous, right? So if that's your thing, then this is definitely going to be a pro for you, but I would say it's a con for me. All right, so let's talk about pro number 2, which is going to be the growth of Detroit. Now I'm going to label it right here. Anybody argue with me, whatever, Detroit is the comeback king, right? We got nailed hard during the Great Recession, and we have bounced back stronger than ever, and we are still climbing. We are not back on top. We have not hit our peak. We are growing, and we are growing. We are trying to grow fast, and thanks to a lot of the business leaders in the area, such as Dan Gilbert, people are reinvesting a lot of money into the city to try to make it better. We've got so much support and love for the city because honestly, it's such a great place and the people are amazing here. So, and obviously everybody wants to see Detroit bloom and become, I would say, one of the best cities in the country. And everybody, we have the saying, Detroit versus everybody, for a reason, because everybody always views us as, some crappy city that, filled with crime and everything. And that's not always the case. But we are truly the comeback kings, and are we're one of the hardest working towns, cities, all over that I can possibly imagine. The people here, we're fighters, right? We are fighters. We don't give up. We overcome obstacles, and we have overcome so much in the past, decade, even longer than that. So we might as well get con number 2 out of the way, since we kind of just touched up on a little bit. So con number 2 is going to be the crime here. It sucks. It's true. Yes, there's crime here. It can be dangerous in some parts of the city. And it's almost in a sense depressing, because nobody ever wants to see anybody get hurt, right? And it's very, very unfortunate that, as a city, we have come so far already, and we've overcome so much, and yet there's still so many, bad people out there. And that's not just in Detroit, that's in so many other cities as well. You look at Chicago, there's, violence going on in New York, all over the place, really. And that is, and again, we do have that reputation of, because of our crimes. It is what it is. It sucks. And, if there was anything more that anybody can do about it, I'm sure it would get done. But as of right now, it is what it is. All right, so let's get to pro number 3, and that's going to be our sports teams. We have all 4 major sports teams located in downtown Detroit. We have the Pistons, if you love basketball. we've got the Detroit Red Wings, if you love hockey, even though they're a little sucky now, but they're great. They're legends. They've created such a huge legacy for themselves. We've got the Tigers, which are, they're awesome. And we've got the Lions. We have football. Let's talk about the Lions here for a quick minute. We have one of the most passionate, most committed fan bases when it comes to football. We love our Lions. And every season, every off season, I guess I should say, we always see a glimmer of hope. We always see some kind of promise. But every year we end up getting screwed over, right? Story of our lives. It seems like every year I get more gray hair because of the Lions. Now, obviously the reason because of that is, man, Matthew Stafford, he was awesome for us. He was such a great QB. Totally deserves a Super Bowl win. I hope he gets it, in LA. We got Jared Goff now. We're gonna be behind him. He's got all of our support. Hopefully he gets us to the next level, right? But man, those comebacks, a bunch of those comeback drives in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go, either trying to win or trying to hold on to to the lead. The Lions, yeah, they'll do that to you. Anyways, so we've got all the sports teams here. Whatever you like, you can go check them out. It's a lot of fun. Our newest arena is Little Caesars Arena. It's great. It's really amazing. It's in the entertainment district, so there's just so much going on with sports. And one of the cool thing is that if you're a sports bettor, that was just legalized here not too long ago. So probably bet against the Lions. All right, so let's get the third con out of the way, and this one's a tough one. It's it's going to be the homeless population. It's such an unfortunate circumstance that anybody has to be homeless. It's sad. We live in a time with so many resources, and yet the homeless population just continues to grow. Now, don't get me wrong; it's not nearly as bad as say in California. I hear it's pretty insane over there, but I would say that it's one of those things that it may not get talked about enough. There's just so many people that don't have homes that you'll see them if you're downtown or you're walking somewhere in the street. You'll see a lot of homeless people, a lot of people begging for money and things like that. It's just sad. There's got to be more done about it. There's no denying that. And hopefully something does get done. Hopefully some of these people get help, able to find a home, find a job. Something's got to get done. All right, now we're on to pro number 4, and that's going to be the diversity of Detroit. And we're talking about the people. The people in Detroit are awesome. So many different backgrounds, so many different ethnicities. I myself immigrated here with my family when I was 2 years old back in 1992 from Ukraine. So yes, for all my Russian-speaking people that live in Michigan, what's up? Anyways, there's so many different cultures that have come together here in Detroit, and there's a little piece of home from wherever anyone came from. You can most likely find it here in Detroit, right? Whether it's directly in the city or somewhere in the suburbs. There's so many different ethnicities, different cultural backgrounds that people I think one of the best things to experience wherever back home, wherever you might be from, is through the culinary experience. And we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but there's so many restaurants that with different types of cuisine that you can probably get a little taste of every country around the world. And That is because of the awesome people of Detroit and their different backgrounds and cultures and different ethnicities, and just coming together and becoming one in Detroit, right? That's what we're known for. That's Detroit. These are the people. They are awesome, and that's going to be probably one of my biggest and most favorite pros of living in Detroit is the ethnic people. That's going to be one of my biggest pros of living in Detroit is the people and the diversity that we have here. All right, so let's talk about con number 4, and that's going to be our roads. Our roads, and specifically construction, absolutely sucks, right? We have probably, I don't know if we have the worst roads in the country, but we definitely do not have the best roads in the country. There's been a lot of promise of fixing the damn roads, but none of that seems to be happening anytime soon. Hopefully it gets taken care of, but the construction can get really overwhelming here. We have this thing we say in Michigan is that we've got 2 seasons. We've got the winter season and we've got construction season. So you can tell that we always have some kind of construction project going on with the roads that we have here, because our roads just get absolutely destroyed. And I think part of that is probably because of the winter time. But who knows? I'm no expert in the roads and how they're made or done, whatever. But that's definitely a con of living in the area is the roads and the construction. All right, now we're on to pro number 5, which is going to be the affordability of actually being able to live here and afford the things to do that you want to do. Now, Detroit and specifically Michigan, we are actually very affordable. We're definitely below, we're not the most expensive state like, California or New York for that matter. So there's definitely a lot of affordable housing, even though the market is absolutely nuts right now. And by the way, if you are looking to move into the area or sell your home, give me a call. I'd love to help you out. But definitely if you're looking to move into the city, to Detroit, if specifically if you want to be there, there's definitely areas where you can find a very affordable home. And then obviously there's areas where you could find something that's far more expensive. And it all depends. We have so many different great options for different levels of income. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a second or third, there's so many options. And honestly, Detroit real estate and the Metro Detroit real estate it's booming here. It's crazy. Yes, prices have been going up, but interest rates are still, at historic lows that it still makes sense to buy something if you can buy something. Definitely get something. All right, and to wrap the list off with con number 5, and that's going to be the outrageous car insurance cost in Detroit. Now, if you haven't seen my cost of living video, I definitely recommend you check it out because we talk about this specifically in that video, but car insurance in Detroit is astronomical. It's on average, I believe people are paying for a car over $5,000 for the year. It's nuts. And, obviously there's a lot of reasoning that goes behind that pricing and everything, but it's just crazy. So if you're looking to live in the area, that is going to be one of the most expensive and biggest cons of living there. That is the price of your car insurance. And a lot of people, they just end up not getting a car and they either walk, depending on where they live, or they use public transportation, or hell, Uber or Lyft might be probably a cheaper option anyways because, hey, why not? But definitely huge con. Car insurance, it sucks, it's expensive, and there's nothing that can be done about it. All right, now that pretty much wraps up our list of our 5 pros and the 5 cons of living in Detroit, Michigan. Now, obviously, if you're looking to move into the area or to relocate or visiting, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. You could call me, send me a text message, send me an email, however you want to get a hold of me. Just know that I've got your back when it comes to moving to the Detroit and more specifically the Metro Detroit area. Now, until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.